Hey guys, Thatnub here. One of the questions I get asked a lot is how can I compost my kitchen scraps and my yard waste when I'm not allowed to have chickens or I don't have room for a composting bin? These are composting worm towers. They get buried into the ground with a bunch of holes in the pipes. You drop in your worms and you drop in the stuff that you want to compost, and the worms take care of the rest. They come in and out through the holes and spread all their good worm castings into your garden. So today we're going to show you how I made these. Today we're going to be making a composting worm tower. This is an easy way for you to compost all of your kitchen scraps, newspaper, clippings, that kind of stuff in your garden without having to turn a compost pile or turn the tumblers and try to pull that stuff out. We're using worms to do all of our composting with. This was about $20 at our local nursery. We got some pipe here. This is 3 1/3 foot long each because it came in a 10-foot pipe, and the biggest size they had at Home Depot was 4 inches. I wish I could have gotten like about 8 inches, maybe 1.5 feet. That would have been awesome, but that's what they had. And we have our end caps there. So the end caps in the pipe cost me about $20-ish, and the worms cost about $20 as well. Then you're going to need a shovel to do the digging. You're going to need a drill to make holes from about, let's see, right about here-ish down, which will be buried into the dirt. And I'll have this part here sticking up. You're going to need Mountain Dew and music and a supervisor eating ice cream. Let's get started. If you want to know what my dirt consists of, we have about 6 to 8 inches of dirt. But after that, down the hole there, we come into sand and rocks, just kind of fill stuff. And it goes that way pretty much forever. So that limits how far down I can dig. I had to actually get crowbar out and just kind of dig this stuff out, because the shovel wouldn't do it. It'd keep hitting rocks and it just wouldn't do anything else for us. But we got our hole deep enough. We have our pipe here with a cap on. We're going to drill some holes on the bottom all the way up the side of this thing. Put this in there, and we're going to hold that. Thank you. We're going to put the dirt to about this point here. So we'll have, I don't know, maybe a foot or so sitting above the dirt, and the rest of it underneath. And we're going to put holes all throughout here so worms can come in and out as they please, and any kind of liquids can drain out. And when I kind of dump some water through there to wash all of it out, then that'll go into the soil as well. So let's go drill some holes. Now we have some holes drilled all the way around this thing so the worms can get in and out and the good stuff can get in and out. And all the way down to the bottom, we put some on the bottom as well. You can see all the way up to the top. And there's our little cap on there. Now we're going to put this in here and we will fill this back up with dirt. Now it's time to put stuff in there for the wormies to eat. We have old paper. You can run it through your shredder, but my shredder right now is not plugged in and it is getting dark, so we're just going to rip some of this paper here out. And you can use old napkins, newspaper, we got a banana peel here, we got junk mail, all junk mail can go in there. We can put some clippings from the garden in there, leaves, maybe even throw some wood chips in there. Then you can wet it all down. Nice and moist. All the water there will drain out and go into the ground and leave that all warm and wet for the worms. Here is our bag of live worms. We're going to cut a little hole into here because we don't want to do all of them right now. This is just one of the 3 that we're going to do. And in here, you can see little itty bitty worms. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Here, let's pour some out. Supposed to be 300 worms in this. Either worms or eggs or whatever, but there you can see them, little red worms. Hello, little worms, and some dirt and whatnot for them to eat on. So we're going to dump some of them into here, and we'll put a little bit more in there. Say about, there's some, about that many is. We can always put more in here if we want to later on. Look at all those worms. Now, according to the box, you're supposed to put 2 or 3 worms per square foot of your ground after it rains or after you've watered, and they will get where they need to be. We're just dumping some in there. Now we take our cap, put it on, and we're good to go. If you had 7 of these systems set up, you could have one for every day of the week. Monday, come out to Mondays, drop in any of your compost or anything like that you got, coffee grounds and whatnot, newspaper, put the lid back on, and done. And then go to Tuesdays and so on and so on and so on. By the time you come back to Mondays again, you should have enough room in there to put Monday's stuff in there. Well, that is all I have for this video. As always, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Check us out on the website, and we'll see you guys on the next video.